whistle, and the players in just a second will take the knee to highlight that there is no room for racism in any walk of life, let alone football. And then on the second whistle, we'll be up and running. It's Nottingham Forest to get us underway. The ball's not really on the centre spot, but that doesn't matter, one shot. So it's Nottingham Forest in the red shirts, white shorts, getting us up and underway. And it's Arsenal all in white, as I say. It's sort of in a protest against knife crime that's been very rife in that part of London for so many years. Well, let's hope we can identify these Arsenal players. It's going to be a tricky old test today, especially when we've got a few unknown quantities in that Arsenal lineup as well. I must admit, some of them I'll be commentating for the very first time. Number 20 there battling for the ball is Nuno Tavares. He plays at left back, and in fact Forest get the first throw in. They're quite easy to identify. Spence will take the throw on their right hand side and halfway. Last time these two sides met in the FA Cup, 2018. Arsene Wenger's only defeat in the third round in his whole time at Arsenal. Before then, he'd been knocked out. The earliest he'd been knocked out before then was the fourth round. Forward again. This is number 9 now, Keenan Davis, the former Villa man. Played a good 1-2, and Forest are in behind, but out comes Leno very quickly, like a flash of lightning. And just seen the first flash there, Paul, of what Nottingham Forest on their day. And we know Steve Cooper's a very well-respected manager, obviously one of the more respected and better managers outside the Premier League. And I tell you what, his team put together a very good move, just overhit that final pass. But if it had just been a bit better, that final pass, we could have seen something special there from Forest.
Oh yeah, the ball through there, and excuse me, Bert Leno was out quickly for that, and it needed to be, because that would have been the first real opportunity of the game. Smart goalkeeping. Smart goalkeeping indeed, and of course his place has been, his natural number 1 spot has been taken, of course, by Aaron Ramsdale. He's been in terrific form. Been lucky to cover Arsenal on several occasions where they've won big games. None more so than the North London derby early this season when they won 3-1. Saka has been fouled. So Arsenal get on with it straight away. I will try and make sure. This is Odegaard, and it's all about, at the moment, it's a bit of a guessing game here at the moment. Ben White is on the ball now, and now Saka gets it out on the far side. Goes back inside once again to Sambi Alonga, and they start playing little triangle passes, and Odegaard involved again. White gets it back, and Rob Holding now takes possession, and Arsenal now come forward. This is Tavares getting it forward, and Nketiah is the man up front, of course, and we've got Martinelli as well tangling there with Spence, and it will be a throw-in to Nottingham Forest. On the near side, 5 minutes gone, well, coming up to 6 minutes gone, incidentally, on all TCL platforms. Just remind you about the cricket. Good result if you're an England fan. We drew the 4th test. Yes, we drew the 4th test in Sydney. The England batsmen held on and showed a bit of fight. England draw, and no 5-0 whitewash. Sorry, Glenn McGrath, that's never going to happen now. So England have avoided a whitewash in the series by drawing that 4th test earlier today in Sydney. Back here in Nottingham, and a very cold and chilly Nottingham. How we'd love the weather from Sydney to come over here, Paul. It'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Oh, it'd be nice to have a little bit of warmer weather. It's freezing right now. It
is absolutely freezing, sub-zero temperatures, but hopefully White hot on the pitch. Anyway, 3 kick to Arsenal in a dangerous position. The likes of Ben White and Rob Holding will be forward from the back. Holding is leading the side. Don't forget, Odegaard, who scored a cracking goal, you may remember, against Burnley. Terrific 3 kick, which really got Arsenal's season up and running at Turf Moor. Here comes with the 3 kick into the penalty area. It might break to the far side, it will, and it will be Tavares, who's just gone to the left here slightly. Saka plays the ball in. Good football this from Arsenal. Shot comes in, left-footed and just wide of Samba's post. And behind for a Nottingham Forest goal kick. It was Ben White, incidentally, the former Brighton defender that came forward. We'll carry them through to the end of the game, because there's going to be a lot of tired legs out there. And of course they're keeping that 5 substitutes rule as the cross comes in there from Brennan Johnson. And here is number 22 now on the ball, Ryan Yates. Looks towards Zingamangle. That's what we're going to pronounce him as. Zingamangle's cross towards the far post, headed away for a Nottingham Forest corner on the far side, headed away by Cedric Suarez. Better from Steve Cooper's men.
Yeah. They're still in this game. They're doing very well. They're creating opportunities at points in the game themselves. Like I said earlier, there is no dominant team in this game yet.
Which will hopefully make for a very exciting cup tie all round. As the corner on the, we're looking towards the right hand side, far side as we look now, left hand side, Forest corner. They come towards the Bridgebridge end, and there might be an opportunity here for a shot. And in the end, Zigamengo didn't get the ball from out of his feet, and this is Martinelli who can pounce now as they charge like the cavalry brigade towards the Trent end here. Arsenal, well, they've just slowed it down a little bit as soon as I say that. And it's still 0-0 if you've just joined us on TC Hub. I'll do a little bit of cross promotion for Trevor Sports in a little bit, because it does in fact affect me and Trevor as it happens, because we're major stars on the latest production he's got coming up a little bit later on his YouTube channel. So I'll tell you a little bit about that coming up in just a second when we get a break in play. Arsenal have it with Odegaard. Now Saka, back to Odegaard again on the right hand side, far side as we look here at the City ground. FA Cup third round in real life, and it's Forest 0, Arsenal 0, and a repeat up to the 2018 third round clash, which Forest won 4-2. Even Steven contest, not a dominant side in it at the moment. As Saka takes possession on the far side, it's hard to, or Robert Nketiah, takes possession. Saka is close at hand. This is the difficulty there. Nketiah shot just wide, and that's the first real threat we've seen from the Arsenal attack, and it's taken something like 29 minutes. Eddie Nketiah might have got a slight deflection, but it whizzed into the side netting, and I think Arsenal have a corner. We'll get Paul's views on that in just a second. Arsenal about to get ready to try and pounce here from a set play. But set plays will be crucial. Big Ben White's forward from the back, the former Brighton player, and of course former Leeds loanee. I'm sure Russ Manning will know very well. Russ is our producer with us tonight as well. Sorry about Leeds earlier, Russ. Well, you know how Burnley fans feel now. Right, or Newcastle fans for that matter. Half an hour come then. Forest 0, Arsenal 0. Here comes the corner from the far side, headed away by Forest. That was terrific defending there by the men from the River Trent. Terrific play, and now they've got a chance to break themselves. And there's a little shove there. The referee doesn't want to know. James Garner saying his shirt was tugged, but referee, I think he would have been a little soft if he'd given that as a free kick. I'll be honest with you, Mr. Forson, but the Nketiah chance just a second or two ago, Paul, that was the first flash we've seen from Nketiah. We've been playing nearly half an hour.
Yeah, it's the closest we've come, and it's the first time Arsenal's really got anything significant on goal as well. But great defending from the corner, absolutely superb work there.
Yeah, superb work, and I haven't seen the game. Russ has just sent me a text. VAR cost us. I haven't seen, to be honest with you, I haven't seen the game back. I'd have to watch the game back to get a definitive view. But there was nothing wrong with the second goal scored by Jared Bowen. Now we're going to see an Arsenal sub here. Presumably there's an injury or something's not right tactically. I'm not quite sure, but Arsenal are preparing a substitution down below us here. It's come a bit of a surprise. I'm looking around the pitch and I can't see too many players injured. This is Odegaard now for Arsenal towards the edge of the area. Saka's close at hand. Saka not keep back. Now the shot comes in and wide of the target. They're getting close all the time, Arsenal. Again, just wide of the target. This time it was number 23 with the shot. It was Sambi Lokonga with the shot. One of the two holding midfielders. And Arsenal getting closer all the time, Paul, with each passing moment. We'll just get your views in a second because Arsenal have taken a short corner. Here's Odegaard. Odegaard back in there once more, and Arsenal coming in. There's an Arsenal player gone flying over there, and I'm not sure what the referee said. Ben White went down, and I think the referee said, "Get up to your feet." Would have been interesting to see if we did have VAR, whether that would have been given as a penalty. Just went, I tell you what, Worrell's got more than a fistful of his shirt there, Paul.
Oh yeah, he's got a hold of him there. Well, I suppose when you've no VAR, I mean, you can get away with things like that. But yeah, that looked if that was in the middle of the park, you've got to ask, would the referee give the free kick?
Absolutely, and whilst Paul was talking, the corner came in, and spectacularly, Bryce Samba took that ball brilliantly with one hand. That's brilliant goalkeeping, it's got to be said. At the end of the first half, that should be a side kick. Anyway, here's Saka now for Arsenal, looking to run at Jack Colback, and he gets the crossing towards the far post. Martinelli is there for Arsenal. Back to goal, faced by Spence. Tierney on the overlap. Martinelli goes for goal right-footed, hits the defender there, which was Joe Worrell. Martinelli has retrieved the situation, but it's halfway inside the Forest half now, as opposed to earlier on in the piece. And now Odegaard has the ball now. We've got about 20 seconds of the 1 minute, and I should also stress, guys, it's a minimum of Saka down, the number 7, who's really improved as a footballer in the years gone by. Now the referee's going to give a foul, is he? What's he giving here? Offside, I think. Thought for a moment Saka got into the box and had been fouled, but looks like the referee, linesman there on the far side, Dan Cook, had put his flag up for an offside, as it turned out.
Yeah, he just straight offside by the looks of it.
And there he was, yeah, just seen there. Linesman Johnny on the spot. So we played a minute of the first half, so we should see this free kick in no more than Paul. Let's get your emotions on what's really been a very jousty sort of first half. Bit bitty at times as the referee balls for half time, 0-0. Let's get Paul James's reaction.
Yeah, it was an interesting first half for the purists, in the sense that Nottingham Forest defending was excellent. They were organised, they shut down Arsenal in many parts all over the field.
Be better. Me and Paul are going to take a quick half-time cup of tea, and with the scoreline here, Trevor, Nottingham Forest 0, Arsenal 0. Be patient and try and frustrate the attacking side. It's very easy to slide in and try and get the ball spectacularly. Leave that to the experienced heads. Here's Nketiah. Here's a chance now for Odegaard rather for Arsenal. Still 0-0 if you've just joined us on all TCM platforms. Ball out towards Tierney on the far side. Tierney contests it well. The Scottish player, Scottish international, formerly of Celtic, of course. Now he might have a problem here because Johnson's breaking down at breakneck speed. He's got two in the middle for him, and there's a chance for a goal. No, save brilliantly by Leno. Looked as if Forest were going to get there. It was Ziganakol with the shot. He hit it right-footed, and Leno, Paul, made an absolute brilliant save. It's a Forest corner, and it's still Nottingham Forest 0. Arsenal 0 in the FA Cup. Brilliant save there, Paul.
Absolutely, best move of the match so far, and certainly the best chance, but what a superb save.
It was with the chest. Shot comes in, deflects, and it's into the Bridgman end, and it's going to be a corner kick to Arsenal. It definitely wasn't a handball by Saka, that's for sure, and then in the end, Patino hit the shot, and it goes behind for a corner. Better from Arsenal there, Paul.
Yeah, much better. They need to bring Saka into the game more. I agree with you that he's been a standout player for Arsenal this season, and they need to bring him into the game more because he's been a bit quiet in this game so far.
Yes, and we're 33 minutes away from extra time if there's no score here. If there's no further scoring or it ends a draw, it doesn't matter if it's 0-0, 1-1, 2-2, 3-3. Not that we're going to get a 3-3 in, 33 minutes, but it's a crazy game, football. As the great late Jimmy Greaves used to say, it's a funny old game. Arsenal corner in from the far side towards the near post. It was headed away brilliantly by Nottingham Forest, who will look to a counter-attack, but there's nobody forward in a red shirt, and they were all back defending that latest Arsenal corner. So any possibility of a counter-attack fell by the wayside. This is Saka now down the right, taking on Jack Colback, who's using all his experience. Ball into the area, and the ball across the face of goal, and Nketiah really, from 6 yards out, Paul, has missed the easiest chance of the lot. And I think he misdirected his head. It was a lovely cross again from Saka, who's certainly been terrific in the last sort of 5 minutes, and Nketiah got his head at the far post, all completely wrong.
Oh, what a chance, JB, what a chance. And for the first time in this game, the Nottingham Forest defence falls asleep. What an opportunity. That should be 1-0.
It should be 1-0, really. And Nketiah, who's been in decent form as well. I mean, Arsenal really haven't really missed Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang after his misdemeanours the other month. But tell you what, Nketiah there, I'd have backed him 9 times out of 10 to have buried that one. And even Mike agrees. Ball over the top, looking towards Saka, but out comes Bryce Samba, who's had an excellent game and whatever he's had to do, he's done very, very well. But the game now starting to open up as a contest, and I tell you what, Paul, it's going to be an interesting last half an hour or so, that's for sure.
Yeah, from what I can see so far, JB, it's anybody's game.
It's anybody's there to be won or lost. This is why we love the FA Cup so much. This is why we love the third round weekend. Remember Cambridge yesterday. If Forest could get a bit of that Cambridge spirit, it could certainly cause an upset. But Arsenal will want to show that what they're capable of, and Saka's certainly proving that. He's got away from Colback again for the umpteenth time. He's in the penalty area. What a tackle that is! But it's Cedric now on the overlap, and he's fouled his man. It's going to be a free kick to Forest. And Cedric Suarez isn't best placed, but Saka again. Every time he gets the ball down the right, he absolutely whips Colback here for pace, doesn't he? Brilliant,
Oh, yeah.
Brilliant stuff. 0-0, we're coming up to an hour ago.
I mean, it's really good. It was a great tackle, by the way, but this is what Arsenal need to do, I think, to help get some sort of control on the game. Saka is a difference maker in any team, and I think if Arsenal bring him into the game more, Forest are going to struggle.
Absolutely, and if Arsenal were to win this game, funnily enough, as Trevor was alluding to at the break, the last time Arsenal did win the cup on a couple of occasions, Arsenal 79 they beat Forest along the way, 93 they beat Forest in a fifth round game. Ian Wright did score that day. That was when Forest were really struggling in Brian Clough's last season, where the events of that season really took its toll on him, on poor old Cloughie. He was under a lot of pressure, was drinking a lot of heavily, if the press reports were to believe. And it was really sad to see a great icon of Forest really disappear. Meanwhile, a free kick against Arsenal. Foul there on Yates. Let's have a look at that one again. I'm just looking at the replay. He barged him off there a bit, didn't he, Paul?
Yeah, he left his feet and charged him. Can't do that, that's a foul.
Arsenal were protesting that Yates had made a bit more of it than it needed to be, but I don't think he was making too much of a mountain out of a mole. We've played nearly 61 minutes of this FA Cup game. Remember, it's going to be decided today. Extra time penalties could decide. Steve Cooper's men have got a real opportunity here. And Ghana's behind this one. It's just about 30 yards maybe to the right of centre as I look out towards the ground. And so opportunity not here for Nottingham Forest. Can they absolutely like this blue touch paper and give this cup tie a real boost of a goal here? What a lovely feeling it would be if Ghana was to score here, just from a neutral's point of view. Here comes Ghana, steps up, right-footed, over the wall, and it's a brilliant save down the way to his left. Behind the goalkeeper, then Colback goes down. He wants a penalty and won't get it, but what a brilliant save that was down the way to his left from Bernd Leno. The free kick was superb, and Saka goes down. It's a free kick to Arsenal. We've played nearly 62 minutes, Paul. It's 0-0, and what a save. Great free kick as well from Ghana. Brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely superb. Leno's not going to get much opportunities to play at the moment with Ramsdale doing so well. So if he wants to book his ticket to Qatar for Germany, he has to continue playing very, very well. And that was a sensational save. That's two saves he's made in this game that have been very significant.
There's a substitution taking place, and Lewis Grabban, the top scorer, is going to come on for Keenan Davies. Now, Grabban's got 10 goals. He's a good goal getter at this level. 67 minutes on the clock. Can Lewis Grabban be the difference? He's, as I said, 10 goals in all competitions this season. Would you back him again? Would you not back against him getting an 11th at the moment?
Oh, it's quite possible the way Forest are playing, and he is a dangerous forward. Arsenal need to watch him.
They need to watch him, Mike Hawks. Meanwhile, there's a chance here for Nketiah. They may have been a slight push there as Nketiah shoots, but he shoots into the Bridgeford end. And he's actually just hurt himself as well in the process. And the attendance has been confirmed at just shy of 25,000, 24,938, 24,938. So a nice attendance here at the City Ground yesterday. Pretty disappointed with the attendance at the Den yesterday. Here's a chance now for Saka. He's got through. He has to come back inside. Cross back in there. Chance for Arsenal. And it went right across the face of goal. And Lacazette from 3 yards just couldn't turn it into the back of the net. Oh, I thought for a moment Saka had got clean through there. The ball played over the top. He's onside there. Colback's played him on. Most certainly. Well, he might have took the shot, but then the ball just wouldn't bounce for him. And he put a nice little left-footed cross back. And I thought Lacazette was going to get there, but Morrow did really well there, Paul. Sneakality. 0-0. His Nketiah tries to go forward, gives it away on halfway, appeals for handball turned away. Here goes Forrest again, crossing for the left hand side. Chantina, Corbin scores! Inside the section area, and the City ground has gone absolutely mad! And Forrest deserved that! Fans on the field celebrating! And look at the scenes of joy! What scenes at the City ground! The shock is on! Nottingham Forest 1, Arsenal 0, people on the pitch! And the City ground, Paul James, has gone absolutely mad! Could that be the goal that settles the tie? And the substitute Grabban has probably now, unless Arsenal come back very strong, unless there's a miracle in this last 8 minutes, looks like putting Arsenal out of the cup again.
Oh, what a superb move this was, JB. The ball was absolutely pin perfect for Grabban. Oh, this was excellent. The ball went straight across there. Grabban was on the end of it. It was an absolutely superb pass by Ryan Yates, and Grabban was on the end of it. Nottingham, I feel Nottingham Forest deserve this. I think they've been more in control in the second half. They've played better. They've created chances, and there's nothing Leno could have done about that.
Absolutely, they were trying to claim a handball there as well in all of that, but no way was that handball. It certainly came off the chest. I've been looked at the replay, but that really now has put the cat amongst the pigeons. Arsenal in desperate trouble now, and even Mike says they can't deny they don't deserve it. They absolutely do. Brilliant moment. If you're a Nottingham Forest supporter. They won 4-2 4 years ago. Dowell was the fourth scorer from a penalty. Scored around about that time as well. 4-2 it finished, of course. One would be enough now if they could see it out. And now can Arsenal force an extra half an hour? They've got to now. They've got 6 minutes left. Here comes the free kick into the penalty area. And a one! And they claim a penalty! Or a corner of some kind. But it's a corner it is, and I thought for a moment they were going to say, I thought they were going to get a penalty then, but it's not. I'm going to get Paul's views in a minute. Odegaard now. Well, that might just spur Arsenal into life. Now, this is going to be an air and scare in 6 minutes. Here comes the corner, in towards the penalty area, headed away by Forrest. To a man, they've been 11 heroes on that pitch. Here's Odegaard again with a bit of an up and under to his shoulder ball. And now a chance now to break out here. And it's Johnson. He's away from 2 Arsenal players. Good energy there. Good third from Johnson. He's towards the penalty area. And he's got a man waiting in the middle, which was Cafu. But Johnson just holds it up. Great verb, and he's got energy to really find more from it. And look at that. They can't get the ball off him here at the moment. Now they do. But what energy that Forest are showing to go 85 minutes. And they don't look as if, Paul, they're tiring at all 300 minutes. So... yeah, what difference is not having Smith Rowe out the side really done to Arsenal tonight?
In my opinion, significantly. It's very, very unfortunate because he has been an outstanding player for Arsenal this season. He's been one of the best in the Premier League.
Yep, and we're now 20 seconds into 3 added. Well, Nottingham Forest, whatever happens from now, and they're not giving the ball back, which I think is a little bit unfair, because Arsenal do want to get on with it, and the referee at this point will have time on, although there is a substitution being made, incidentally, by Arsenal. Cedric is off, and Konashniak is now on. So they're still trying to get the ball out the main stand, and there's a little lad there that's actually handed the Arsenal player the ball there, Tierney. I don't think they want to give the ball back. I think that's a little bit unfortunate there, and the referee will be adding extra time on for that. That's time wasting in my book. Anyway, throw into Arsenal. Tierney's going to throw it in long by the looks of it here. Can Arsenal catch Forest out from the long throw? We've had a minute of the 3. Can Arsenal get an equaliser and force extra time? Booted away there by Jed Spence, who's had a terrific game, by the way. He would have been a sheriff from that match if it'd just been a solo commentary, but he certainly made some boundless running up and down that right-hand channel. He's done really well tonight. Still, Arsenal have it. We've got 90 seconds of the 3 to go. We play 90 seconds of the 3 to go. That should also stretch its a minimum off, and they might be more at the end because of that bit of time wasting in the crowd. And Morrow now gets back, the man in the match, and hits it against an Arsenal player. The ball out of play. Throw to Arsenal. And we'll get Paul's views on it once the whistle goes, because it's going to be hair and scaring now for the next 70 seconds or more. It's going to be a long throw. Up comes Holding from the back. They may as well throw the kitchen sink at it now. Tierney with a long throw into the Forest penalty box. Header one, brilliant there by Ryan Yates, and then Forest get a free kick. There's 2 Forest players down, and the City ground has cheered down as if a goal's been scored, Paul. Brilliant.
Yes, it's they've just defended so well throughout the game of Nottingham Forest. They've really shut Arsenal down. They've reduced them to really one significant chance, which Nketiah didn't take. But that's the only chance that they've had. That is what I would consider to be a significant chance. They've been absolutely excellent of Nottingham Forest today. They really deserve this.
Yeah, and not forgetting the Lacazette chance, where if he'd had size 7 instead of size 6, boots on, he would have scored that as well. Ball back with Samba. We've got 15 seconds to go. We could have a major shock on. Arsenal, one of the favourites for the Cup. Dark horses to win the Cup, considering their form in the Premier League. 4th in the table. Looks like being eliminated by 9th in the Championship. We've played 3 minutes. The referee will add on a little bit of time. Ball kicked away from the hands. Still we play on. The referee doesn't look as if he's going to blow the whistle for a few seconds. Now he has whistle to his mouth, or I think he was just leaning onto his earpiece somewhat. It's a throw into Arsenal. Seconds remain now. Seconds remain between Nottingham Forest and a major upset in the 3rd round of the FA Cup. We thought Cambridge winning at Newcastle yesterday was a great shock. This is going to top it now. Seconds remain. It's over, I think. Yes, it is. Steve Cooper done it. The ref goes for full time, and Nottingham Forest, of the 11th, 9th in the Championship, have only gone and done it again. 4 years ago they did it against Arsenal. Today it's Lewis Grabban, the hero. Arsenal are out of the FA Cup in the first hurdle. They join Burnley, Newcastle, Watford, amongst others, out of the FA Cup. It's Nottingham Forest who will play Leicester City here in the 4th round. And who's to say they couldn't do the same to them? What a terrific performance. Arsenal will have to lick their wounds and get themselves up for what was going to be a big League Cup semi-final on Wednesday against Liverpool in the Carabao. And that's a game they dare not lose. But Paul James, when you look at the final analysis and you look at the way the second half went, to a man, Forest just about deserved it. And credit goes to Steve Cooper.
Oh, they were amazing, especially in the second half. Even when they scored, they were not sitting back. They were not sitting back in the 18-yard box trying to defend and just hold on. They still went forward. They still played their game, and especially in the second half. They deserve this. What a wonderful performance by Nottingham Forest.
1 goal was needed to settle it. Lewis Graham, the hero. But really, there was 11 heroes. The player of the match was Joe Worrell. What a performance. As we hand back to London with a final score here, Trevor. Amazing scenes here at the City Ground. Nottingham Forest 1, Arsenal 0. The FA Cup, Trevor, is alive and kicking.